As one of the first medical schools in the country, the University of Maryland School of Medicine initiated an unprecedented and ongoing journey of forging the future of medicine through education, discoveries, and breakthrough care.
We have been pioneers, making new waves in medicine for over 200 years. Today, we're advancing this tradition of excellence, transforming medicine for tomorrow.
Changing the face of medicine through education. At the School of Medicine, we open our doors to talented students, giving bright young men and women from any socioeconomic background the opportunity to live the dream of becoming a doctor.
I am going to be the first doctor in my family.
Receiving a medical degree for me is going to be a huge accomplishment.
It really would be nice to have an MD behind my name and, be working in medicine.
I will be the first in my family to receive a medical degree.
That I could finally give back the way I want to the community, that I can finally practice and work towards things that, I'm passionate about.
With the support of our outstanding faculty, Nick Frost, a student in our MD-PhD program, obtained highly competitive NIH funding, a significant step in advancing his research career.
My goal is definitely to combine clinical practice with my own laboratory at an academic center, focusing on understanding how the brain works and the mechanisms that go wrong in neurological and psychiatric diseases. I think being in this laboratory at the School of Medicine definitely prepares me to do cutting-edge science throughout my career.
We're taking care of patients from all over this country and in fact the world who virtually had no hope. We're transforming their lives by giving them new hope and a whole new lease on life.
The loss of quality of life is almost impossible to describe.
Translational research at the School of Medicine transforms recovery horizons, offering patients new lives they never had imagined to be possible. Dr. Gorman's research directly impacts the care of spinal cord injury patients.
Good to see you. Spinal cord injury is really a complicated condition. One of the new ways in which we are trying to improve the function of people with spinal cord injury is to use a device called the Locomat, which is a robotically assisted partial weight support treadmill training device.
It tends to help my blood pressure. It also helps to build my legs so that when I eventually walk, my legs will be better prepared and will not be atrophied.
Well, we think we are helping the nervous system reorganize after a spinal cord injury, or for that matter after a stroke, to improve the quality and efficiency and speed of walking.
I'm 74. I might have another few years, but not much more than that. So I got to push these guys.
Other amazing breakthroughs on spinal cord and brain trauma are being made by Dr. Faden, whose research has discovered the ongoing destruction continuum of trauma.
Many physicians still believe that with regard to traumatic injuries to the brain or spinal cord, that most of the damage is done at the time of the insult, and that simply is not the case. So injury induces changes over time related to inflammation. These begin relatively early, within hours, but there are data, including data from our own research laboratories, that indicate that the process goes on probably indefinitely.
With this research breakthrough, Dr. Faden and his team focus on discovering ways to reduce the devastating destruction of ongoing secondary injury.
We've taken drugs that have been very far developed, including into late phase trials, phase 3 trials in humans for cancer, and we've shown that they basically shut down secondary injury.
Improving life through optimal recoveries is also the focus of research for Dr. Magaziner. By studying large constellations of individuals, his findings support decision-making for national healthcare policymakers.
What we want to do is we want to have an impact on the well-being of a whole population. My own research focuses on issues related to older populations. We focus a great deal on how we help people to benefit from rehabilitative treatments and treatments that go beyond what the usual medical care system takes care of.
Dr. Magaziner's research investigates restoring function to older people after they've had a diagnosed trauma. His work impacts the well-being of the elderly throughout the country.
Our ultimate goal there is to take people that have had an injury, such as a hip fracture, which is where a lot of my own work has been over the past 25 years, to take people who have had a hip fracture and identify novel and innovative ways to enhancing their ability to recover from this very disabling condition.
Many of our faculty work to extend the knowledge of science and scope of clinical practice, creating new horizons in medicine. Dr. Barth, working with the Bartlett transplant team, explores innovative clinical models to develop successful techniques for composite surgery. These amazing surgical procedures could replace whole body parts destroyed by illness or trauma.
We are planning to be able to use the same transplant therapies, medications, and surgical techniques to replace that segment of tissue, whether it's a hand, a facial segment, in the future.
New horizons are also being defined by Dr. Howell, who examines disparities in response to prescribed therapeutics. His research identifies more effective treatments for African Americans suffering from hepatitis C and other conditions.
And so it's my hope that with further advances in therapy over the next 10 years that we may be approaching the ability to eradicate hepatitis C long-term in 90% of individuals, which would be great. I think we can have a significant major impact in terms of decreasing morbidity and mortality from this disease.
The new horizon of Dr. McVitie's research identifies important new drugs to help cancer patients better recover from radiation treatment. The same drugs could be used in response to national emergencies involving exposure to lethal doses of radiation.
Our consortium is entirely focused on pulling these drugs from any company that's out there through the path to FDA licensure. The drug can then be put in the Strategic National Stockpile if it passes all the switches, and it can go into the clinic. There's not one drug that we would consider moving through this that does not have a clinical translational component to it.
With genomics, the horizon of medicine extends into a new universe. The research being done by Dr. Fraser Liggett and others will soon provide physicians with tools never dreamed possible.
Our mission at IGS is to translate the basic discoveries that we're making related to understanding differences in DNA sequence variation among organisms across the entire tree of life into new medicines and new therapies for the 21st century.
With these breakthroughs, the practice of medicine will be transformed. Many diseases will be prevented, while others will be managed far more successfully in a targeted approach.
Genomics has allowed us to begin to think about an era of personalized medicine. And this could truly represent a new paradigm in the diagnosis and treatment of disease based on our individual differences in predisposition to various conditions, in the different ways that we might respond to drugs. And genomics is going to play, I think, a critical role in the personalized medicine revolution.
At the University of Maryland School of Medicine, new horizons in cancer treatment are ongoing.
I am so grateful for what research, education in the field of cancer research have done for me.
Dr. Sawsville, a national leader in cancer research, directs the development of new drugs.
In a sense, when one is using a brand new drug, so-called first-in-human study, you might be doing something that's never ever been done in the history of the world.
These new cures are often the only hope for patients when they receive the devastating diagnosis of cancer.
Great.
Targeted agents, for the most part, are designed to address or combine or modify a particular molecule which we conceive ahead of time is important in a disease pathologic process.
My initial diagnosis came on a Friday afternoon at 4 o'clock, and a radiologist put a film up and said, "You have breast cancer."
The lifelong research of Dr. Brody has made the difference between life and death for thousands. Her discovery of aromatase inhibitors, a new class of drugs, has prevented the recurrence of breast cancer for women throughout the world.
We feel, it's really been wonderful that we've been able to develop some compounds now that will really be beneficial to treating breast cancer.
I had the unexpected opportunity to meet Angela Brody, the Dr. Brody, and emotions took over. And I had to say, "Dr. Brody, may I please give you a hug for myself and all the women that you have helped."
We are a world-class institution that combines groundbreaking research, quality education, and caring treatment of patients to bring about extraordinary advances in medicine. With your help, we can impact the lives of our generation and transform the health of generations to come.
Now you've heard some of the amazing breakthroughs and discoveries that are occurring here at the University of Maryland School of Medicine every day. You can appreciate how excited we are about the impact that we're having on people's lives every day all over the world.
The University of Maryland School of Medicine proudly celebrates over 200 years of leadership in the field of medicine. Our tradition of breakthroughs continues to create the new waves of discovery, giving mankind the miracles of medicine. The School of Medicine thanks its many donors for their generous support, with a special recognition at this time of some recent donors who have provided support of $1 million or more.